From the western home of spring training baseball, this is Brad Cesmat's Baseball AZ.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome on into spring training. Spring has sprung, a nice 80-degree day plus here in metropolitan Phoenix. So many teams use Arizona as their spring training home. Now, over the next half hour, we're going to go a lot of different directions with players and also things to do and see when you come visit the Cactus League. On today's show, manager Ned Yost of the World Series champion Kansas City Royals, Counsell of the Milwaukee Brewers. We'll hear from A.J. Preller, the general manager of the San Diego Padres, and much, much more. We'll also show you some great places to check out while you're out at spring training. A unique pizza experience in Mesa. Golf is huge in Maricopa County. Over 90 courses. We'll stop in on one course on the west side. And hiking. You've got to hike when you come to Arizona. We'll give you some insight on that front. Plus, we'll hear from Commissioner Manfred on issues around the game of baseball. Our first stop is the Arizona Diamondbacks. We caught up with manager Hale earlier. When you look around spring training and the Cactus League, from when you were a player, okay,
yeah,
and you see this sort of layout with these stadiums and different uniforms and all that stuff, different in spring training as a manager from when you were a player?
Well, it's a lot different. First of all, most of my spring trainings were in Florida, which the distance between the complexes was enormous, 3-4 hours sometimes. So, first of all, Arizona spring training for me is much better. Secondly, we were in Tucson for a long time, so everything's kind of got closer together. The complexes are phenomenal. Ours, the Salt River, is, for me, top of the line. It's just, you have everything you need. And baseball's changed so much in that way. I mean, you can remember when kids used to have to dress in shifts in these different clubhouses because they were too small. So there's huge upgrades all over the place.
You know, in spring training, as you go through those names, is it about the games when they get underway, or is it about what we don't see, what fans don't see?
I think that games are important. We always have to remember not to get too excited about spring training games, especially with the hitters.
Yeah.
Because the ground is very hard here. The ball flies. Sometimes a lot of fly balls land, go over the fence. You got to be very careful of that. So we watch for approach, different approaches we see. Is there improvement from last year? We have to go on numbers from last year, important, because those are major league games. But we do look at games. We look at how the guys play, how comfortable they are. Those are very important things.
What have you seen out of Zach Greinke that's an intangible so far?
Well, I just think he's shown to us he wants to be a leader of our staff. He said it verbally. He's showing it right now in meetings, speaking up, getting in small groups with different starters and trying to mentor them. And those are special things. We needed that. That was, quite frankly, you can coach guys up all you want. You can give them all this direction, but they have to coach each other sometimes. Sometimes it's more important that the horse on offense, the horse on defense is a leader in that room, and he seems to be that.
When you come to spring training, Mesa is the home of the Oakland A's and the Chicago Cubs, and when you're on that side of town, we found a unique pizza stop.
Hi, my name is Jay Johnson. I'm one of the owners of Eclectic Pie here in Mesa, Arizona. If you're in town for spring training, you need to come by and try a fresh, handcrafted pizza, unique for you. We started looking at this fast casual pizza idea and thinking, what could we do to make it better and maybe unique to Arizona? All of our sauces are made from scratch, our dough is made from scratch. We don't have any freezers or microwaves in the building, and we also have local Arizona craft beer and wine. We have 9 sauces, about 62 toppings, and if you don't want to make all the decisions, you can go to the Wall of Fame and have a unique pizza like a cowboy barbecue with all-natural pulled pork, our own barbecue sauce. I like to throw some fresh jalapenos on there. It's got mozzarella cheese and bacon and cheddar cheese. We also have a Sergeant Pepper's pizza, which has a jalapeno cilantro lime cream sauce. It's got a little bit of a kick to it, so it's got Arizona flavor. It has our all-natural grilled chicken. It has red peppers. It has snow peas, carrots, bean sprouts.
That's it on this one?
One of the things about pizza is you don't want to wait for 30 minutes, especially for lunch or if you're in a hurry. So from the time you make the pizza till the time you sit down, it takes about 3 minutes for us to cook it. So we do a s'mores pizza, which eats like a s'more at the campfire, except you get to sleep in your own bed and there's no ants. So it's a win-win. So it's marshmallows and chocolate and graham cracker. And then we have a fruity patootie that eats like a Dutch apple pie. Really, really good.
Our next stop is the Milwaukee Brewers camp. Manager Craig Counsell spoke with Alexa earlier.
Back in Arizona for spring training. You were here as a player, obviously. How's it coming back as a manager?
Well, it's so exciting because it's such a great time of the year, and there's so much positive energy, and players are full of possibilities, fans are full of possibilities, and it's a great time to help guys, kind of feel good about themselves and get in the mode for change and doing better.
Just for you, what do you think of your own team's off-season moves?
Well, we've made a significant number of moves. I mean, I think we have 18 new players on our 40-man roster, so quite a bit of change. We're younger. There's a lot of introductions to be made in spring training, but so far what's exciting is that it's a lot of guys that are, it's kind of their time to shine, and they need to prove it right now. So we're going to be a young team and hopefully a team that grows.
Even in your experience, and then just looking at a player like Ryan Braun going into spring training, what can younger guys take from veteran guys coming into spring training?
Yeah, I mean, it's a kind of a phrase I'm going to use. I think the thing you learn as a young player, first time in big league spring training to the veteran players, is that consistency of preparation. You see that it just doesn't happen. You just don't show up on the field and become a great major league player. The preparation that a major league player has, I think, takes it to a new level, and spring training is a great window into that for our young players.
What's it like for you to be back in Arizona?
Well, it's great. I mean, it's certainly my second home. I lived here for quite a while, and there's good feelings from playing here for a long time for sure, and so it's always really comfortable.
What do Brewers fans have to look forward to this season?
Well, we're in we're a young team that's really building a foundation, and there's a significant amount of change going on. So I think kind of watching that change and watching our progress with that change is we're going to look forward to.
Good stuff there, Alexa. The access here in spring training at Arizona is terrific, and all the teams within about a 30-mile radius of one another. You can bounce from park to park to park, and of course you can't beat the Arizona weather this time of year. Still to come, Ned Yost, the defending World Series champion Kansas City Royals. Golf out on the west side. You've got to golf when you come to Arizona. A.J. Preller, the general manager of the San Diego Padres. You need to hike when you're out here as well. It's more than just the games. And Rob Manfred will hear from the commissioner of Major League Baseball as well. As we continue on, Brad Cesmat Baseball, AZ. Welcome back. You can see the great access fans have out here at spring training, getting close to the players. It's what makes Arizona so terrific. All right, from here, let's take you over to Surprise. The Royals are the defending World Series champions, and I caught up with their manager, Ned Yost, earlier. What do you like about the Cactus League layout, Ned?
Well, I like the proximity to all the other clubs. I love the travel. You don't have to get on a bus and travel an hour and a half to go play another team. Generally, a 40-minute trip is about as long as we're going to take, and a lot of times it's 15 or 20 minutes down the road to play teams. So I love that. I love that, we play teams that I like playing. I like playing the Giants. We don't get to see them. I like playing the A's because I grew up in the Bay Area. I like getting a chance to see the Cincinnati Reds and Cleveland and the White Sox and Colorado Rockies because Walt Weiss is a good friend of mine. So, it's a fun league. The weather's always great, and the travel is perfect.
When you come into a spring like this after the success you've had, does it feel any different for you, or is it a clean slate?
No, it feels clean slate, We accomplished greatness last year by winning the World Championship, but that's done. That's history, You can't live on that for the rest of your life. You got to go out and do it again. So our focus from the minute we get here is how do we get back and do it again.
Who are you looking most forward to seeing that maybe fans aren't aware of, like below-the-surface guys in this camp?
On our team? Oh, there's a lot of guys. Travis Snyder, Dylan G. I'm anxious to see Bubba Starling and Mondesi to see how much they've improved over the course of a year. Our core players are who they are, but You know, I'm anxious to see Ray Fuentes compete for a job, Paulo Orlando, Gerard Dyson, Christian Colon. There's a lot of storylines that are going to be interesting to the Kansas City fans and the Kansas City Royals to see how things play out.
When fans come out to Surprise Stadium, what's the best part of it for you out at Surprise?
Oh, just excitement, you know. Our fans, we've got great fans in Kansas City, and I don't think there's many tickets to be had left to our games, you know, because we do have a lot of people traveling down from Kansas City to enjoy kind of a more laid-back atmosphere in spring training in a beautiful facility like Surprise. So, you know, just being out there with our fans and getting to play baseball games is fun.
Last question, when you're not playing baseball, are you golfing? Are you Lake Pleasant? Are you fishing? Are you doing anything?
Nothing. I'm at the stadium at 5 o'clock, and generally I'm in bed by 8 o'clock. So, you know, my whole day revolves around, you know, the Kansas City Royals and how we can get back to the World Series in 2016.
Golf is a big part of Arizona. There's over 90 courses in Maricopa County. So when you come out for spring training, you better bring your sticks and be ready to play. Let's take you out to one of the courses on the west side.
My name is Trevor Finton. I'm the head golf professional at the Golf Club of Estrella. Located in Goodyear, Arizona, we're a true managed facility that's in the master plan community of Estrella. True desert experience when you're out here playing. So after a nice spring training game, or even before a spring training game, come on out and enjoy a wonderful facility, friendly staff. It's a Jack Nicklaus Jr. design golf course. A lot of deep face bunkers, a lot of forced carries, elevated tees, panoramic views of the Sierra Estrella Mountains out here. And it's a very player-friendly course as well. They can come out, you select the right tee box, it brings different hazards into play. Wide open fairways, so if you're a little rusty from not playing for several months, you can come out and you can still keep the ball in play. We have a great closing stretch of holes, 15 through 18, so when you're out with your buddies, it's a great way to finish. A lot of money can change hands right there. We have a full-service restaurant, full liquor license. With all of our green fees, our cart and range balls are included. More than welcome to come out here, get here an hour before your tee time, have plenty of time to warm up, and you have access to the range the entire day too. The beautiful thing about our location is we're 10 minutes south of the Goodyear Ballpark where the Cleveland Indians and the Cincinnati Reds play. We're 20 minutes from Camelback Ranch, which is where the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Chicago White Sox play. And then we're about 25-30 minutes from Surprise, where you have the Kansas City Royals as well as the Texas Rangers play. So when you come out here to see your favorite team play, we're within 30 minutes. Every day is extremely busy, but we have tee times always available. You can book your tee times on our website. Our website address is www.estrellagolf.com. All of our tee times are listed on there, no booking fees. And you could also visit trueandgolf.com. We have a booking engine through there as well. A lot of great specials on there all the time. We look forward to seeing you out here at our beautiful facility soon.
Make sure you bring plenty of golf balls when you come out to spring training. With desert golf, you're going to lose a bunch of them, but have a great time. From there, over to the Padres, and they've done a makeover. I caught up with General Manager A.J. Preller earlier. So AJ, let's just talk about Peoria for fans coming over from San Diego to check out the Padres and how that works out for your organization.
Yeah, I think it's, obviously it's not, it's a short flight, and, I think we're lucky, just to have first-class facility over there. We were able to go ahead and, and renovate 2 years ago, so the actual facilities for our players, meeting rooms and weight room and cafeteria, things like that are first class. Fields are in unbelievable shape every year, year-round. Our grounds crew does a great job, and really helps as you're trying to get started and get going, and to get off to a good start and get going on the right footing. To go to a facility that's first class, I think fans enjoy it. They create a good atmosphere. They can get close to the players, and get up close and see big league baseball and see their favorite Padres and stuff. So it's a nice time of year, I think, for baseball fans and for Padre fans in Peoria.
So fans come over from San Diego and they are looking at the team and they're saying, I wonder what the general manager is looking at closest in the spring. What would that be? What are you looking at the closest?
Yeah, I think we've got some competition in the back of our rotation. I think kind of in the 4 or 5 holes of the starting rotation. We go into the year with Tyson Ross, Andrew Kashner, and James Shields, pretty much locked in. But those back ends, rotation spots, replacing Ian Kennedy, that's an area that we're going to be looking at. The bullpen, we traded Craig Kimbrell, so I think the bullpen, looking for not just a closer, but the guys that can lead up to the closer. That's going to be an area that a focus for us, and then left field as well. The left field's going to be an area where we've got some young players coming in, got some guys that are kind of trying to rekindle some things, and it should be a good competition in left field.
What do you like most about your team?
I think it really, in general, it starts with starting pitching. And I think when you look up and you see Tyson Ross, who continues to take steps towards being one of the elite pitchers in the game, doesn't give up home runs, gets a lot of ground balls, has a swing and miss slider. He's a tremendous person. He's a great work ethic. He's a great leader and example for our club. James Shields and Andrew Kastner as well. I think those guys. I think that's, if we play well, it's probably because those guys are going to be pitching well, and I think that's a good place to start with, with our ball club.
What do you make out of the National League West?
Yeah, I was hoping to come in and talk about how all the good players left the NL West, but I think it was the opposite effect this offseason. I think it's going to be a challenge. I mean, you have obviously the Dodgers year in, year out, put a quality product on the field, and as the reigning division champs, the Giants, 3 World Series in the last 5 or 6 years. When you go there that they've always got a really good club. And then the D-backs, I think, were the team last year that obviously you could see it building. You could see it. They had a really good young position player group, getting back Patrick Corbin and adding Greinke and Miller. They're going to be a force, and the Rockies keep building. So I think, if you come out of the NL West, you're going to be battle tested. I think you've earned that playoff spot and that playoff berth. So I think we view it as a good thing, just because that if you come out of there as a playoff team, you should be you've earned it, and you should be in good shape going into the postseason.
Still to come, the Commissioner of Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred, on some issues the game is facing in 2016. And when you come to spring training, you've got to hike around Arizona. We'll take you out to some of the trails and give you some tips. That's after this time out, as Brad Cesmat Baseball AZ continues. Welcome back. Every week on the show, we're going to take you around the parks. You'll hear from the managers, general managers, and players, and we'll show you places to check out and things to do here in Arizona. But also on each episode, we want to hear from the Commissioner of Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred, on various issues around the great game of baseball.
I do believe that what baseball sells at the end of the day is competition, and competitive balance was an important topic for Commissioner Seelig. It's a really important topic for me. I loved the storylines in our World Series last year. Small beats big. I kind of actually liked the fact that the small market had a higher payroll than the big market. But the more important point is that over the last 5 years, 80% of our teams have been in the postseason, and that's a great number. It's a number that compares really favorably to all other professional sports, particularly given that we still have the most difficult system for a team to qualify for the postseason.
During the day, you're going to be at the game, you're going to be at the spring training facility, but before or after, you've got to experience hiking in Arizona. It's just gorgeous, but there's some do's and don'ts and things you need to know.
I'm John. I'm a wilderness advocate, backpacker, and instructor of desert safety at the Arizona Hiking Shack. Hiking in Arizona is just majestic. You can be in so many different types of environments. Hiking should be part of your spring training trip. If you're here for any amount of time, getting out and just feeling the silence of the desert will let you hear things you just can't hear anywhere else. In town, we have what's called mountain islands. So we're in Dreamy Draw on the North Mountain Preserve here. Then right in the center of town, you've got Camelback Mountain, which is very popular to hike because it's a really good workout. You've also got Papago Park, which is right next to our city's zoo. On the west side, Thunderbird Park is great. It's really easy, accessible to everybody. Willow Canyon Trail or the Mesquite Canyon Trail, these are places where you can get out a little bit more into the wild and whatnot. And not long hikes. Go east a little bit, you're in the Superstition Mountains. They're incredible formations and canyons that'll twist you. And there, I would say one thing you really want to do is know where you are, maybe have a map. Safety is, our number one concern always here. This is an extreme environment. The sun it's evaporating your sweat faster than you can make it. So you really don't realize how fast you're getting dehydrated here. I would say, if somebody's out there doing a good hike, take twice the water that you think you're gonna need for the hike, and take rest. Take a rest in the shade of a manzanita or Palo Verde or a saguaro or something. Just take a break every once in a while. Sunscreen is important. Wear a hat. A wide brim hat is always nice. Some people like to cover up with lightweight clothing. Be aware while you're hiking. Everybody knows about rattlesnakes here, and those are certainly a concern. But, you know, if you're shuffling your feet, making a little noise, the snakes are probably going to tell you that they're there. If there's a bee hovering around you, you're probably getting close to its hive. And really the only thing to do is to go the other way. These are treks that if you've only got an hour to spend, you can do it here. It's not like you need half a day even. Come by the Arizona Hiking Shack. We'll get you a quick map or a quick book.
And that's our show for this week. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time on Brad Cesmat Baseball AZ.